Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, text number 44. Bhoge Aishwarya Prasaktanam Tayabhakrita Chedasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhir Samadho Navidiyade. The translation I would read: those who are attached and deluded by material opulences and sense enjoyment cannot have a resolute concentration of mind for devotional service to my own self, that Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Lord. So, a person who is attached to the paraphernalia of material enjoyment, Bhoge Aishwarya. Bhoge Aishwarya. Aishwarya means the many different opulences. And Bhoga means enjoyment. The enjoyment tendency is there to enjoy the material paraphernalias. Prasaktana means attached to those things. Taya abhakrita chedasa, whose heart and mind is stolen, right, by these articles, material enjoyment articles. Taya bhakrita chedasa. Vyavasaya atmika buddhi, the resolute concentration or purpose of intelligence, buddhi, for rendering devotional service or surrendering to the Supreme Lord will not take place. Because the Chedana, the consciousness has to be fixed in one place. So either you place in God's lotus feet or you place in the material enjoyment. So the material enjoyment means all these wide varieties that we see in this material world. Mainly meat items and gambling items, sexual involvement in it, then intoxications, wide varieties of drinks, wide varieties of meat products, wide varieties of sexual interactions and gambling. And you can see at this time there are so many 5-star hotels and casinos which glorifies the kingdom of illusion, which are these 4 things. Then after this, these are the main things, but this cannot have 24 hours a day. So they extend their enjoyment in traveling to distant places, like going to great cities and theme parks, mountainous areas, and ocean beaches. All these places, they go and see the sightseeing. A person cannot eat 24 hours, not possible. When they feel hungry, they have to eat. When they feel thirsty, they have to drink. Therefore, that enjoyment is momentary. So they cannot continue to have that. Thus, they travel to other places to see all these beautiful waterfalls and scented beaches, if there is something in this world, and theme park, having different rides and different excursions to different places. And those who are sattvic, they go to pilgrimage, visiting different temples. Those who are passionate, they go to all these places such as beach, mountain, big tourist spots, or zoo, or aquariums. All these places they go and spend their time, most of the time. For that purpose, they need money. So this Monday to Friday work is only to gather that money, to gain that money, to obtain that money. They just work. Thereafter, Saturday and Sunday or long weekend, they just go for these kinds of purposes, enjoy life. So all that they actually think, now I have a human form of life, which is very temporary. So let me enjoy as much as possible. That is what Krishna is telling here. So those whose chedana is stolen for these purposes, they cannot even understand my existence, nor they will have any kind of resolute determination to take shelter of his lotus feet. There are so many people attached to just meat eating, just this flesh, which is disgusting after 2 days or 3 days if you just live alone outside. Its road smells, but they think they are vampires or incarnation of vampires. They want to suck the blood and eat the flesh of animals, eat their intestines and heart, genitals, all these things, the slaughterhouses, they cut and put it. And these people, they go purchase for a huge amount of money and try to enjoy. So how you think that a pure personality, the Godhead, can be easily obtained for such people? They don't want to give it up. They don't want to give it up. Such an attachment will bring them back as sheep, chickens, goats. And if they eat cow meat, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, as many hairs are there in the cow's body. The person who eats the cow meat, he has to take birth that many times and be slaughtered by the butcher. So, risking our own life, eating a 50 gram or 100 gram of meat is not a wise man's job. Therefore, I have quoted the other day Leo Tolstoy, one of the Russian poets or writer. He said, when there is glass doors at the slaughterhouses, people become vegetarian overnight. The way they actually kill the animals is very cruel, very cruel. And this cruelty, because you share by eating them, you share them, you share the power, sin of that person. So in this way, we get entangled. And modern science have brought more and more machines to do this mercy killing. Having this blade run over their neck, they instant die so that they don't actually suffer so much. This is the modern scientific civilization. Take the hard part of Krishna's creation, like the metals, steel, aluminum, right? Iron. Taking all those things, transform. Because we are being part and parcels of God, we have also some creative energy. So this creative energy we misplaced in different objects. And those objects just destroy the world, destroy the human, destroy the animals. So, destroy animals, destroying the human mercy. So, these are the things that we try to do in the name of enjoying the material paraphernalia. So when one is sinfully involved in enjoying these material things, objects, how Krishna, who is the apabhavidam, never have committed any sin. Kavi, the most powerful philosophers of all, Manasi, thoughtful person, Kavir Manasi, Paribhu Swayambhu, and he is the Swayambhu who has no mother and father at any time. So this personality's devotion to his lotus feet never take place. So therefore, we need to be pious. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, those who haven't acted piously in their previous life and also in this life, attraction for my lotus feet never take place. Yesham tu andagadam pavam jananam punya karmanam. So many birds of punya karmas accumulated brings us to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So the material civilization, the material articles nowadays, this technology, this science is only killing the natural quality of the soul, the natural position of the soul. They just, by manipulating and bringing or manifesting all these things, make us forgetful of the God's existence. When God is not there in life, a person will be simply a burglar, murderer, a rogue, thief. All these things will happen. So therefore, we need to somehow or other understand the position of the Lord. If at all we want to enjoy, do good pious activities and go to heavenly planet, Krishna will make that facility for you to enjoy in the heavenly planet. Just like Hare Krishna devotees, they are controlling their mind and senses and engaging in Krishna's service. They might have or may not have in the core of their heart some kind of desires. If there is some desire, Krishna send them to the heavenly planet for the enjoyment. But however, our spiritual masters used to say, this place, earth planet, is not for a gentle man. So desiring to enjoy these material articles and committing more and more sinful activities, drinking wine and eating meat, and next is, if there is facility, having sex and defending. This is what going on all over the places. And they have no restrictions whatsoever. In the name of independence, they don't even put clothes properly even in the daytime. So all these things are happening. Why? Because they want to enjoy the creation of God without God. I want to bring Ramarajya. I want to make and take care of people like Ramarajya, but without Rama. Because his idealism is not actually suiting to my nature. So I can rubber stamp Ramarajya and make the civilization in this way, most fallen civilization. So we need to work on improving ourselves by performing some kind of austerity to go near the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord, as I said, Asnaviram Shuddham Apavaviddham, as I mentioned. Asnaviram, in whose body there is no veins, nerve system, right? Asnaviram Shuddham is the most pure, and Apavaviddham, never committed any sinful activities. To approach that personality, we need to maintain our pure life by always being pious. Means not torturing any living beings, not killing any living entities, not giving any hard time to anybody. So maintain that transcendence by which we can go near the absolute truth. So this is what Krishna is saying. Bhogai Aishwarya Prasaktana Tayabhahrada Chedasa, the resolute determination to render devotional service, Samadho Navidiyade, never take place in the heart of those living entities who are entangled in enjoying the creation of the Lord without the Lord. So we stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.